let me introduce myself. My name is Ferruh Gurtas. I am the Corporate Affairs Director at Intel Corporation for Middle East, Turkey, and Africa region, based here in Istanbul, this beautiful city. Today's session is about, from local to global. Yeah? So how we can grow local companies and make them global. And I didn't want to give you like, cheat sheet of doing X, Y, Z, but rather, start with a case study, a success that has already happened, that's happening right now, and then go through that success story and then, bring out the outcomes of it together. So the story is about a success story about a lady called Tülin Akın. I hope she was here, but she couldn't make it. I will explain why she's not here. But it's, a typical Turkish lady, 31 years old, a mother of 2 children. And she got graduated from a university in Turkey, in the southern part of Turkey, from the agricultural marketing department in 2005, but established her business back in 2004 while she was still a student. And then, her aim was being also, from the agricultural ecosystem, to introduce technology to the farmers of Turkey. And if you think about technology and farmers, they're not the best couples. Yeah? So she had a big challenge to make sure, farmers use technology to address their needs. So as of today, she reached 1 million farmers in Turkey, which is 1/3 of Turkish population, farmer population. Out of the 3 million farmers, she has access to 1 million of them. And she created a great business, and now she's scaling internationally. And that's actually the reason that she's not here, because she's receiving some international awards this week. So let's start with the story, the status quo back in 2004. So at that time, she was trying to look into the farmer community in Turkey, and the challenges were very typical. Yeah, I mean, the farmer knew only one buyer. That buyer was dictating the price. And also, for the farmer, any of those, storms or anything that was happening was natural, God-given, because they didn't know about them. They didn't have the technology to follow up such changes in the market. They were unaware of any of the government subsidies or help that they can get. And also, the techniques that they were using was, learned from their elderlies, either from their father or from their, grandfather. They didn't, again, have access to technology to learn about the latest techniques to increase, the efficiency, the productivity of their crops. So for Tülin, that was the challenge to solve. So how can she make sure that she uses technology, introduces that to the farmers so that they can overcome all those challenges, which could have been very easy for them to overcome by simply introducing technology into their lives. So what she did was, basically, she created a portal, a solution portal. Of course, she used the latest technology, the latest hardware and software to create the portal. And she started to communicate with the farmers through different channels, utilizing technology. Of course, through the portal, it was the web solution, but at that time, not every farmer in Turkey had a laptop or a PC. So she had to introduce an SMS solution so that she can reach them over their phones. Then once the smartphones started to penetrate into the market, she started the mobile apps, and with those different channels, using different technologies, she accessed to all those 1 million farmers. And of course, she had to create a content, which was, I think, the key part of her solution, a content that won't be easy to replicate, and a content that will be really valuable to the farmers, so that they see the value in this whole business model. And of course, she had to educate them on how to use the portal, how to benefit from it, and utilize, again, technology, social media as a means to spread the news and become more known, in her market. So what happened, of course, was a typical entrepreneur's journey. She had lots of bureaucracy, lots of challenges, lots of roadblocks in front of her. But she had to, of course, fight all of them. She had to fight with numbers as well. Although she wasn't a specialist on finance, she had to bring her business up to making profits. But then at one point she realized that she was actually using all her profits and paying her debts with all those profits. So she had to bring an expert in finance and make sure that she's investing the profits back into her business so that she can grow the business. And over all those challenges, she managed to grow her business. Along the way, she won some local awards, which were mostly a sign that she was on the right path. And she had, of course, failures as well. It's a typical entrepreneur journey, but you have to learn from them. And as of today, as I mentioned and shared the numbers, she's a great success story for us. So today, her website has 250,000 farmers. She has 750,000 farmers member to the SMS services that she's providing. And on the website, every month, there are 6,000 ads that's appearing from those farmers so that they are, advertising their products, trying to reach to other buyers, trying to learn the overall prices in the market, and trying to, of course, get information about the weather conditions and what's going to happen in their locations. And she managed to increase the PC penetration in the farmers of 30 to 35%, perhaps it's now higher, and the internet usage of farmers to 45%. And I believe, as you can imagine, the farmers of Turkey are not living in Istanbul, this part of Turkey. They are all in the rural areas, and those numbers are really amazing numbers. Those are really unthinkable numbers when she started that business. So as of today, we can definitely say that she's a big success in Turkey and continuing to grow. So how about the global part? How did she end up, from this local success becoming a global success? So first, she started to work with international partners like us, Intel, like Vodafone, and of course utilize our networks, our leverage, our existence around the world so that she can scale the idea, and find other partners in other countries. She also participated to some TED Talks. The TEDx speech, I think, increased her visibility, in the market, which was a great success. So thinking of different ways of communicating and, increasing your awareness about you, in the market. Then, she had a strategic partnership with an accelerator, M-Spark, and actually, I'm, happy to see Ms. Ferruh in the audience. She helped, I think, Tülin to become a really, a global success. The partner M-Spark had the Silicon Valley experience. So with that experience, she had a lot of know-how to pass to Tülin, which, enabled her to think globally, not just, be successful in Turkey, but increase the awareness that she can pass that model to other countries and scale her business. And last year, she joined the Ashoka network, and I'm not sure how many of you know Ashoka, but Ashoka is a social entrepreneurship NGO that is bringing social entrepreneurs around the world and providing some support and fellowship. So through the Ashoka Fellow, first she realized that she's a social entrepreneur. She didn't know that she was one. And then, of course, she was selected as an Intel Fellow within Ashoka network, which means that she got connected to all other Ashoka networks, all other social entrepreneurs which are going through the same challenges, learn from them, and try to solve some of her internal company challenges through that network. This year, 2013, she got the Anita Borg International Social Impact Award, which is, again, an indication that she's a global success. And I think this week or maybe last week she was in Brazil taking the JCI 10 Outstanding Young Persons of the World Award, so which are, I think, great recognitions for her. So I really would like to congratulate Tülin on behalf of all of you and wish her a big successful journey in her global scaling. So what's in it for us in this topic from local to global? So that's a great success story. So the first point that I want to make is about entrepreneurship, and to put it into a context. So entrepreneurship is not just about being the next Facebook or being the next Intel. Yeah? I mean, entrepreneurship can be a social venture. I mean, you can start small and you can scale your business. You're still not aiming to become a global phenomenon like Facebook, but you can still make money, and that's a social venture. So in terms of what you're looking for, your motivation is about, and the size that you're going to grow, the entrepreneurship story can be, let's say, lifestyle business. I think Webit is a great lifestyle business example. Yeah? I mean, you don't do this for survival. I mean, it's a great lifestyle gathering people, but you're scaling your business. On the survival business, the next coffee shop around the corner is a survival business. But if you think about Starbucks, it's a global phenomenon. It may start as a survival, but then scale to global. Tulin's example was a great social venture, and then of course the big large corporations that became global, like again Facebook, Intel, Microsoft, whatever you think, are the high potential enterprises. And I just want to make the point again that it's not about that green box on the top corner. Yeah, I mean, you can create a business and become a social venture, and that's a great success as well. So the second part, of course, is how should I start? Where should I put my focus into? And then there are 4 key things that we believe is important. Possibilities. What are the possibilities out there? Facebook is a great potential of possibilities that can happen, and that's how it started. Nobody knew, nobody wanted it, but it was a possibility and it happened. What are the trends that's happening? I mean, most of those things that I wrote there are the technical trends, technology, industry trends that's happening, and that can be an interesting area as an IT company. I mean, we are definitely looking into them. Some of the challenges in the market. Again, Tulin's example is a great example of addressing the challenges of farmers. You can think about addressing the challenges of women and girls, the challenges that they are facing. Ashoka is a great example of that. And then the needs. I mean, energy is a great need. What can we do around the energy area? So whatever area you pick, I mean, you need to really watch out, the next possibility that can happen, the next trend that's happening and you can ride the wave, or challenges or needs in the market. And as I said, this list I provide is as Intel, as an IT leadership company, what are the things that we are looking into and we are considering to build our next chips around or next business model around. So if I may summarize then, I think to go from local to global, the first point I want to make is you need to really focus to one area and do it with passion. And it's better if you have expertise yourself or if you work with expert people that will help you in achieving this focus area for you. So again, going back to Clint's example, she was an expert in agriculture and that's how she managed it. So know what you're doing and be an expert in it or work with the best people that knows that area. And of course, your leadership is going to be critical and a business value that you will create that cannot be replicable will be critical. In Tülin's case, there were many other companies that started to do the same thing. There are many people out there that wants to be the other company that's replicating and just copying it. And they all failed because the model was unique and it wasn't easy to replicate because of the content in it, because of the pioneering approach she had and reaching all those audiences. Then, you need to build your reputation through different methods. And it needs to be, of course, connecting with global networks. You can do it through warm introductions. You use social media, LinkedIn, whatever you want to do. You can connect with partners like Intel, Vodafone, any company that can give you that access. And last but not least, you can also learn from others. So you just don't need to think that I need to scale to expand my business. You can just scale, work with another country, learn from them, and bring it back to your home country and expand or change your business model. And then last but not least, you better do it from the start. If you want to go global, you need to design your company from the start for that. In Tülin's case, she wasn't like that, by the way. She didn't think that she's going to become a global success one day. But then on the way, she learned, and now I think she's creating a business, starting just as simple as changing the company name so that she can become global. And she's on the way for that. So if you want to go global, when you start your business, start to design from the start. So with that, thanks a lot.